Welcome to your doom.
Sega Mega Drive. Got one? Now you can get Mega CD. Clunk, click, take a trip on 500 megabytes. Whoa!
Well, it's time for some more retro bollocks. I've been buying gems, and we've had a few arrivals. So, let me just pop that down there. I've been busy buying. And I thought, you know, I'm not going to dislocate my finger this time. These are PS1 classics. These games, oh man, if you're looking for action games for the PS1, it's a must-have. You have to have Siphon Filter in your collection. Siphon Filter, now I've just bought the trilogy because all three games are amazing. Siphon Filter, Siphon Filter 2 and Siphon Filter 3. That is the trilogy. They're the only Siphon Filter games you need. But these games are amazing. If you've not experienced Siphon Filter, it's not too late because they're just brilliant. Siphon Filter 1 then. Gabe Logan. What a character Gabe is. But what sticks with me most about the Siphon Filter is like, you know, they have cut scenes, you know, the characters and the story. But it's the way that every character is portrayed like some hard man. Or like Sway, you know, it's like a cool thing going on. And it's just fucking brilliant. It's just genius. A must have for fans of Metal Gear Solid. I don't know how you can put, why is Siphon Filter a must have for fans of Metal Gear Solid? I suppose it's up there with Metal Gear Solid. It's a good one. I want to nail this this character thing. It's like this. It's like let me see if I can get this right. Stand up, yeah. Like the characters are sort of like. Gabe Logan. Gabe fucking Logan. Agent Gabe Logan. Guerrilla warfare expert. But yeah, look, certificate 18. But Siphon Filter is just action packed from start to finish. You know, right up to the final fight, you know, with the guy at the chopper in the end. But for me, do you know, like when you get these sequels that come along? Siphon Filter 2 as a sequel. Oh man, you get shot down in mountains at the beginning, and you get shot down at snowy mountains, and you've got to survive. You know, it's just sniping, stealth. It's just brilliant. Siphon Filter 2. Siphon Filter 3 then comes along. It's a bit light. I thought I had instructions here. What's going on? It said trilogy box with instructions. That doesn't feel like instructions to me. Anyway, yeah, Special Agent Gabe Logan stands accused of conspiring to spread a fatal Siphon Filter virus around the world. Trail of treason leads straight to their former employees. Yeah, so there we go again. So yeah, and this one's a bit more like James Bondy type. I remember you start off and you've got to assassinate someone with a sniper. But still equally quality game. You know, just Siphon Filter in general is just genius. You know, they should remake these. So yeah, what else have I been buying? What else have we got here? Right, let's have a look here. Right, this is another quality game. This is not what I expected actually. I've even forgot that I bought this. And that is Alice Madness Returns. It's just genius game. Super brutal. It's a platformer and it's basically just Alice in Wonderland, but like a violent version of it. It's a violent platformer. I remember when I first played this, seeing the graphics and the, you know, everything that goes into it. Just brilliant. Alice Madness Returns, and it is starting to become a bit of a, you know, a rare one now, as Alice Madness Returns. But yeah, you basically just Alice in Wonderland going through Wonderland, just slashing and killing everything. She's a bit like a psychopath. But, you know, what a genius concept. What a genius concept that is. Very challenging and very difficult platformer, not going to lie. But a rewarding one. a rewarding one. Yeah, so that's a little bit something different there with Alice Madness. Now then, it is cart only because to get it with everything else, you know, the instructions and box, we're looking at the hundreds for some reason. But Cybernator for the Super Nintendo, Cybernator. This is a really, really good game. It's like the big giant mech, you know. It's a Japanese game, platformer again, but a futuristic type one. I just remember when I played this years ago, it were a US import that I played the first time I experienced Cybernator. And yeah, it's just a guns galore, you know, explosive platformer. One thing that were really cool that sticks in my mind about it was like you'd have little mini humans shooting, you know, machine guns, and you'd see the scale of your big android suit thing, and you just squash them. You know, you just stand on them, just splat them, and that is also becoming quite collectible now. But I will be keeping an eye out for instructions. Quality. Right then, so sticking with that sci-fi theme then after Cybernator, we're going to PS3. Now this is considered now as a retro, I'd say, but it doesn't seem that long ago. I mean, we're talking back 2012, 2011 when I was playing this, and that is the genius game of XCOM, Enemy Within. Top turn-based strategy game, tabletop type style. You know, you've got all the different types of units you can use, and then you can even use the alien units. But the campaign and story is just brilliant. You know, obviously an alien invasion, you are XCOM, you're the answer to it. But game spoiler, fucking, if you've not played it, the fucking aliens win. How cool is that? You know, you're playing a game and the enemy wins in the story. No matter what you do, the enemy wins. You know, XCOM never wins, which then sets us up for XCOM 2, which is a whole new story. Strategically, you know, everything that's involved in it, it's just genius. Genius game. Now, I've met some lifelong buddies playing this game online. Because, you know, the multiplayer option were brilliant on PS3. Yeah, the ethereal, like that big fucking cloaked, creepy bastard. Groundbreaking game, I think. Don't get the credit it deserves at XCOM. But yeah, tactical wise, everything involved in XCOM is just genius. But one of the funniest parts of XCOM is the Exalt, which is like a human gang, or basically a human group that are sympathetic to the alien invasion, which is the kind of batshit thing that you probably expect now in the world. Like if we were suddenly invaded by aliens, you know there would be a group of fucking idiots that would be all for it. But the funny thing about the XCOM is they were quite cool. They'd have suits on and ties, but they'd communicate like this. Brilliant. It's like that's how you communicate down the pub, wouldn't it? No, like you're gonna get him a fucking beer. Brilliant. Exalt. Yeah, the Exalt were good, the little covert operations, but yeah, I used to like the layout of XCOM. You'd have the, you know, it's still the same in XCOM 2, but you'd have the base, underground base, and you can go and zoom into little parts at base and do your research, you do your weapons room, you do your hiring and firing, and you know, and awarding your units. But this was where it started for me in proper serious strategy games. Yeah, but yeah, the Exalt. I wonder if it's like, there might be a language or something. It might have its own lingo, Exalt. You know, you could like swear in it, like. Fucking brilliant. Brilliant game! I was looking and thinking, what's the most sort of expensive retro game from my past? I was sort of thinking, you know, there's got to be one out there that's really expensive, and I found it, right? And I've got it in a form. I've not got the original, but I've got it on a PS4 collection, right? And that is alien soldier. Do you remember that game? It's funny because it's not one of those games that you sort of, a lot of people remember, but fucking hell, it's expensive. It's really expensive. I mean, look at how much it costs. Look, that's how much it costs. That's how much it is, right? Is it really worth that amount of money? So I revisited it. I thought, right, I'm going to have a look. And I noticed something really, really fucking funny about it. It's a classic platformer shoot 'em up. You play this Birdman fucking guy here, look, this Birdman character. You've got like, you know, 4 or 5 different shooting functions, you know, fire and, you know, missiles. It's a good arcade type platform shooter. But it was the opening bit that just made me fucking laugh. Right, I've never seen an opening as long and drawn out as that game. But it's just funny. It's either made. It's definitely Japanese, but whoever wrote the story of it, it's either a group of gimps from Games Workshop that are just sat there around and talking about the story, going into detail about it, and then they've obviously crafted that story out of the game, or it's just a load of Japanese guys that have just had a load of noodles that are just laced with fucking LSD. They're the 2 conclusions I've got. Now, I'm going to end this now with the opening of this game. I'm going to read it to you, and you will see how long it takes. You ask yourself, is it really necessary to have so much detail in the opening of a game? You could literally live your whole life and die by the time it takes for this story to be told to you. So yeah, enjoy. The year is 2015. The planet Sierra is gripped by fear and is in the midst of a deep crisis. The evil terrorist group Scala are still the commanding force. They have the power to prevent humans travelling to and from the outside universe. Scala's members consist of artificial beings created using supergenetic engineering by the Syrians. Scarlet is an underground organisation that has been secretly formed with the express intention of destroying the human race. In addition to their high level of intelligence and awesome strength, Scarlet's members are equipped with parasitic abilities that allow them to live within human beings, animals, and machinery, however that works. Equipped with these abilities, they conquered the Syrians and stand on the brink of obtaining supremacy over Syria. Epsilon Eagle, the boss of the Scarlet Group, is the intended target of an assassination attempt being planned by Syrians. A special combat group capable of using superpowers was secretly dispatched to carry out this mission. Scarlet unleashed a sudden attack on Epsilon. With their superpowers, Epsilon, seriously damaged by the attack, was thrown into the time-space continuum, which had been activated by Scarlet's use of superpowers. With Epsilon seemingly gone forever, Xi-Tiger took control of Scarlet amidst the resulting confusion. With Xi-Tiger now in charge, the terrorist attacks against Syrians became more frequent and brutal. With this increase in attacks towards Syrians, Xi-Tiger soon became unpopular among Scarlet members. As a result, the demands for the reinstatement of Epsilon as the leader of the Scarlet Group became stronger. Having been isolated from the other Scarlet members, Xi-Tiger decided to assassinate Epsilon in an attempt to activate the time-space continuum. Xi-Tiger ordered an attack on the Syrians' research laboratory, where children with superpowers were being held hostage, having been kidnapped. Xi-Tiger sensed something was wrong. He could feel the presence of Epsilon in one of the boys. However, he was unsure because he couldn't pinpoint the evil from Epsilon, who had entered the boy's body and was now living as a parasite inside of him. In an attempt to get Epsilon out of the boy's body, Tiger took the young girl hostage and threatened to kill her unless Epsilon released the boy. The boy flew into a rage and morphed his body into Epsilon. Suddenly, where the boy had been standing, now stood a Birdman with steel wings. Epsilon's mind was in conflict, a battle between its real nature, human justice, and the foreign force raged on. Are you fucking following? Tiger could sense an unknown power within Epsilon and fled immediately, having killed the girl first. Epsilon, Tiger, I will never let you get away. Don't let him get away. Epsilon is now the only creature of its kind. Somehow another Birdman with a similar body had been created, although their bodies were identical. Their minds were very different, and known to everybody, the mind of the mysterious new Birdman was filled with an evil ambition. He also flew off in search of Tiger. It's like, what the fucking hell was that? Did you follow it? Did we all follow that?